Ni hao, Sunny Koku citizens, this is Shure Hong here, and today I'm back with another video. This is probably the first time I actually decided to make an Among Us video, which on the plus side, I'm thinking about starting to make update videos for Among Us, but that will be for another time when the game does update again. But what I want to talk about, I have noticed has been an issue lately for a lot of players for different reasons, and that is the star Cosmicubes. If you don't know what they are, I'm going to pull some up right now, and here is some of them. Some of them, as you can see, are for jelly beans, while some others are not. But what I want to talk about, mainly in particular, is why the star Cosmicube shouldn't leave the game. And I know a lot of you might be wondering why I might be, ranting about this today. So I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's okay for Cosmicubes to completely disappear in the game. And I just want to make it clear that just because I am criticizing a game or anything, it doesn't mean I don't like it. I do love the game. I've grown to love it thanks to my brother and my sister. We all get together and play the game once in a while. So today I'm just going to talk about why these Cosmicubes, I'm mainly talking about the star ones, why they shouldn't leave the game for good. Now, the reason to why I am saying this is because I've been noticing all over on YouTube, on InnerSloth's channel, I've noticed a lot of people talking about it all over, about Among Us, that they claim that they didn't get the chance that they deserved to get the bundles that they want because they weren't making the money back then. Which I know is completely understanding because money can be an issue sometimes, right? Maybe it's a problem, right? Maybe it's just an issue. But there are also new players like myself who didn't get the chance that we even deserve to purchase these kind of bundles. Now, I know some of you might jump to the defense saying, oh, well, they're celebration items, which I am going to put it in a different game as a good example to why it's not a big deal if celebration items don't return, which is another game you guys probably already know. I've been playing it a lot. I talk about updates videos about it a lot. So I'm going to use an example here of why celebration items not returning in the other game is a good example to why the celebration items didn't return and to why the ones in this game should return. You might get confused, but I'm going to try to walk you through this part of the video. Now, here is a good example from, yes, Animal Jam Play Wild. Now, I know people say these items never tend to come back, but I will be talking about the reason to why it's not a big deal here on Animal Jam is because if you want like a T-Rex, for example, if I can look it up, T-Rex, probably change it to pets. Why isn't it coming up? Why isn't it coming up? I can find him. Where are you? Ah, here it is. Right here. It took forever to freaking find it. But here it is. Now, I know a lot of views could complain saying that you need the money to get it. Like I said before, I understand. But my point is, the reason for it not to be a big deal here on Animal Jam is because it seems like there's always going to be trading and selling. So even though the event items or any seasonal stuff disappears, you will always be able to trade to get the items you want in the game. Now, sadly, I can't prove that the T-Rex egg has returned to the game, but at least the HAHQ, unlike Among Us, they tend to return things sometimes. I sadly can't prove that the egg returned, but it was like, I think like 2 or 3 months ago, I think it recently came back. And speaking of which, they did bring back, once again, old bundles and old animals that were basically celebration in a way. They do this every single month, to be honest. They always kept so well. But as you can see, all the old animals are back. They are purchasable, but if you check the shop, you can also use saps for it instead. But it seems like they're bringing back some old stuff. Now, I know you might turn to the defense saying the bundle only comes out at Halloween and Christmas. That may be true. I wish I could prove it now, but they've been slowly bringing back some of the old animals to give other players a chance. A lot of people complained that they didn't have a coyote, and look again. For the 4th or 5th time, the coyote has officially returned to Animal Jam Play Wild. Plus, I know some people wanted a koala, and they also returned the koala to the game. So anyone who wanted a koala now has a chance to get it, and the phantom, and so much more in this bundle that people wanted to return back. I'm not sure how desperate people are. All people are different. So, but my point is, the animals that people wanted to return all returned, and I'm not surprised that the Phantom returned, by the way. That is very Halloween-like. They brought back some old bundles. Unfortunately, I'm not going to purchase this myself because I already have the coyotes that I needed, so I don't need to purchase any more. But I noticed they at least bring back 2 good animals compared to another. To me, all 3 are really nice. Now, another good example of a game is a game called Finlandia, and surprise, yes, spoiler alert, I decided to not exactly quit the game, but I decided to probably just play only like on special occasions like events. Not exactly every single event, just mainly towards Halloween and Christmas. And I noticed IU, from the looks of it, has been listening to his fans. There's only 2 big problems with Finlandia that I have. Sorry, this is kind of sounding like off topic. The only 2 problems with Finlandia I have, one of them I kind of got over with after ranting. The other one I still think lingers and still is a pain in my backside. But I'll just say it here. I know I don't like to bring up stuff because I like to get over it and not talk about it again. But the only 2 big problems I have with Finlandia is that, number 1, we talked about I talked about the Neon Dragon Wings and why they should return, and they haven't. But I wish I would have screenshotted this because somebody talked about this a while back. And man, I wish I would have actually screenshotted it. I can't remember what the admin said. But somebody literally asked one of the admins on IU's Discord of Wandering Spirit, hey, if you don't mind me asking, do you know when the Neon Dragon Wings are going to return? Is, I think, how they asked. I really don't remember how it went. And I totally forgot what the admins said when they responded to that person. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on this. I think according to the admins, one of them, they said there will be a chance to redeem the Neon Dragon Wings again. But they don't have any clue of how it's going to be done. There could be multiple ways to win this in the game for free. Another good thing is that IU actually, I think he said he doesn't seem to care for money in the game, so which makes it great is you can earn these items for free, which I think is amazing. So from the looks of it, he's listening to his friends. He actually posted about it on Discord too, which is even more great because now we get to see, and I think somebody who adores him posted it on their YouTube of what IU had to say, because he said he was basically hearing what his fans were saying. I know some of you might jump to the defense saying Intercroft does listen to his fans. Yes, he does. I'll get to that point in a minute, though. But a lot of people used to complain about Dragon Wings. They complained that Ember wasn't always giving them a chance, and IU, I think, tried to change Ember around over and over and over again, yet his players were still complaining. Now, I know this is an event item, which is good. good example to why it's good to listen to fans, of course, but we're gonna open up the workshop window here. So we're gonna open this up. This is something IU added, I think, many months ago when I wasn't in the game, of course. So we have another way to get dragon wings, and the way how we can get these is by crafting. You need, according to this, it says you do need a lot of rocks, so you need like 50 rubies, you need a lot of silver, so like 150 silver, you need 60 rain orb, you need 25 diamonds, you need 15 jump potions, and the drag gun you need 40. I'll admit I don't have enough, but this is understanding, because IU wants people to grind on his game, which I don't blame him for that. Another good example, of course, is the Dino Tail. People complained they wanted this too. As you can see, you have to grind to get it. This is understanding, but my point here, though, is that you always have a chance to get the items you want. The only items in Feelandia I've noticed that never ever returned was number 1, the Neon Dragon Wings, which apparently are going to return to the game at some point, somehow, some way, unless I'm wrong. Because if you think about it, sorry, my voice is getting dry, so I don't know if I sound any different to you. Some people were not even at level 50 yet, and some people like myself have already tried to redeem these when it was going on, and we never got the chance that we deserved to get them, because either A, we were under level 50, or B, we were over level 50, but we didn't earn enough EXP in time in order to get these Neon Dragon Wings, but it seems like I'm not 100% sure. I really forgot what the admin said. Really should have screenshotted it. I think they're gonna try and bring Neon Dragon Wings back, but I'm not physically sure, so don't get your hopes up there. I cannot remember what was said. Another thing, the only other items that haven't returned to Feelandia recently was the custom wings, like custom feathered wings. Not what I'm wearing. I would show you an example, but I do not have them. So I am going to just pause this real quick to show you a good example of custom wings. It is not the wings I am wearing. These are wings that first came out when the game was first released. So I'm going to pull these up for you to give you a good example, because I only have one of these that is no longer available or found anywhere anymore, which I think I have a good idea of how it should be added into the game if IU does decide to change his mind, which hopefully he does, because they weren't ugly. They really weren't ugly, and they're not useless. If he was thinking that, they weren't useless at all, but I'm going to pull it up for you, so give me a minute here. Okay, so here is what one of them in particular looks like. This one here is called the Fairy Wings, and they are sadly no longer attainable to get. To me, they are not crap, they are not ugly, they are not useless. I don't know what the owner of the game is obviously thinking, but in my opinion, if people were to complain saying they wanted this item plus the feathered wings or the bat wings to return back to the game, my highest suggestion that would be the best way to return these is I feel like Headless Ghost would be a great option. The reason why I say that is because when you think about it, she gives out costume items, does she not? So this wouldn't be a bad idea if IU was to decide to add him over to Headless Ghost. Some people out there might totally agree with this, and that's totally fine if you disagree on this. But it wouldn't be a bad option. But my point here for this part of the video is that IU has definitely been listening to all his fans around, and I'm gonna pull out the long message that he has said to his fans, so I'm gonna pull that up for you guys real quick on what he said. Sorry, I totally forgot to mention this, but there's only one big problem I have with Feelandia, and this is the one and only big problem, which I know I definitely ranted about this before, and it became pretty freaking popular, and a lot of people were agreeing with me on this one. It was probably the most popular rant video I think I've ever made. I didn't expect it to get so much love. I must have made a lot of good points on this one, and that was with the whole band Phantom situation, which this causes admins to come after me, sometimes not because of the video, but sometimes they assume I'm doing the Asmon Hotel character, when sometimes I'm using the name because I love it. Like, the only name I can see why they don't allow is Angel Dust, but I know I've talked about this before. But that's the only big problem I have with this game, but that's actually the main reason why I don't really play this game as much anymore, unless we're around Halloween or Christmas. That's when I mainly come back. But okay, I'm gonna pull that thing up for you as promised of what IU was saying, that really proves he's been listening to his fans because he's been doing it quite a lot lately. He's been rearranging Finlandia, but I noticed in the rules it doesn't really talk about the 18 plus rule anymore. I mean, unless that's what the cosplays of Media Phantoms or example the thrift rule are for, but other than that, this one seems to talk more about art or proper credit. Using other people's work must come with proper credit. This one they were basically talking about art and stuff, or if you're gonna borrow someone's OC, but they don't have the 18 plus rule on here, but according to someone they said it was still on the Discord. And if that's not a rule anymore, they should have taken it down, but sadly I think it still is an annoying rule that is still there, but other than that, I think that's the only big problem I have here with Finlandia. As for the custom items, I think they're going to return. Neon Dragon Wings, I think, are going to make a return too, from the looks of it. Since I think one of the admins said there would be another chance again. I could be wrong, but I'm going to pull up what IU said as promised, so hold on a second. Alright, so here is what IU said for one of them. Next update will be just after Eclipse Night, but I will promise you something. I will make the game better and less grindy for you guys. I have a lot of ideas I'm planning. Not all will be pleasant, but definitely at least some. Better rewards and the tasks, both free and paid tire at no extra cost. I'm talking more coins, store coins, and even the addition of more boxes. If you already go to tier 100 every season, that's just free rewards for you with no extra work. Reduced pickaxe prices, absolutely huge win. Better NPC drops, more rewards, giving and receiving redemption, better rewards from chests, especially normal chests. Anyways, I hope this brings you some relief. If Headless Ghost is being a little mean to you this month, remember that Eclipse will be found in Aura next update. And don't worry, it won't be too rare. I genuinely love the Finlandia community, and I hope you all love me now, and I'll be looking out in some of the sideness for any more concerns or ideas. So basically, he has been listening to fans, and I know you might jump to the fence saying Inner Sloth has been, and I agree with you. I'm not going to deny that he has been listening, which I'll get to that in a minute. I'm sorry this has kind of been off topic for most of the video. I've been giving examples that were probably a little too long here, but basically, IU has been hearing his fans' complaints, and he has been fixing this problem. I know Inner Sloth has done that as well. But there is one thing that he hasn't been, which is bothering me. I'm sorry this is sounding off topic. So I will point it out to you guys right now. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, after being off topic for a while, don't get me wrong. I know Inner Sloth has been adding, I would say only two so far that were jelly bean bundles. I believe I bought one of them. If I can find the Halloween one, because I just bought some Cosmicubes. I believe this was one of the items for an example. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing that the Halloween one is here. Like, it's not bad that the the bundles that are for stars are back. I'm not gonna be mad about that. I'm happy for you guys if you get that back. And I know he's been listening to his fans who have been complaining, because I've noticed he's been getting a lot of hate, which I want to pull that up real quick. Like, I know it's really sad though. I would kind of jump to his defense there, but I know he's been bringing back, I would say twice so far, the jelly bean ones. And that's great that he's listening to his fans. That they say, "Oh, give us a free cosmic cube or give us a jelly bean one back or something." That's okay. I don't blame you guys. Money is a problem, money is an issue. But what isn't okay is to not bring back the star bundles at all, either because A, you're getting a lot of hate from people who are complaining that it costs stars, or B, it's because it's a celebration bundle. Now, I know a lot of yous might jump to the defense and say, well, shoot, I don't worry, because guess what? He always brings new bundles in, right? Well, that's true, but ask yourself this. I'm not going to try to sound rude about this because I find this to be very understanding, and I'll explain why in a minute. But ask yourself this, how many times, okay, so how many times in one whole entire year does Inner Sloth bring a new cosmic cube to the game? Because I've been following him on YouTube, and so have you guys possibly, if you've been paying enough attention. How many times? I'll say it to you right now. Once or twice. Now, this is where I could jump to Innersloth's defense because he's been getting a lot of hate lately. And that is because I would jump to this fence because it's not easy to create new things in the game, right? Making things in the game can be hard. I was actually told that the main reason to why people are quitting, it isn't just because of the cosmic cubes that are never coming back. They actually said that the main reason because there's apparently nothing to do in the game other than tasks. I mean, there is hide and go seek. Part of me feels like he should just add freeze tag to the game, but once again, that could take a while. If he does add it later on, I would understand it takes time. But just because he's getting hate because of them costing stars, that doesn't mean the star bundle shouldn't return back at all. That doesn't mean I'm saying we should love them any more than the jelly bean ones. That doesn't mean we should love them any less. Why not try doing something like this? Because he only makes new bundles once or twice a year, why doesn't he just bother to maybe every single time a month comes, like as soon as November 1st hits, for an example, why not try bringing back one or two of the old bundles? Like, do you guys see what I'm saying here? Like, why not try bringing back, like, the Halo Live one as soon as November 1st hits? And maybe when November ends and then Christmas time comes and all the Christmas time ones come in, why not add the Polis Cosmic Cube? I was told one of them is missing. And maybe after that, take that one out and add the Inner Sloth one. And I'm going to show what some people have been saying to him because I favorize one of the comments in particular. So I'm going to pull that up for you guys real quick. Now, before I go to show you what was said, maybe the reason, which I can understand why, maybe the reason why they're complaining to Inner Sloth about the cosmic cubes for stars costing real money, of course, is because they want to purchase it their own. Maybe they're making the money now, right? Maybe back then money for them was a problem. Maybe money is an issue for them. Now, some of you might jump to the defense saying, "Oh, well, if they didn't pay for it back then it's their own fault." Okay, but what about the people who are new to the game that are actually making the money? Have you forgotten about those? Like, where are people gonna buy them? And another thing I forgot to mention when it comes to bundles, which I have to go backwards to show you, is that if you look in here, comparing to the animals that are in Animal Jam's shop, there are barely bundles in here. There's quite a few right now. That's mainly because of the Halloween bundles, and plus this glamorous, what do you call it, curious cosmic cube. It's a really nice one, by the way, but this one's going to be leaving soon, and once this one leaves, plus the Halloween ones, I believe the Christmas ones will be out, but after that, there's barely going to be any in the shop. I'm not even including the jelly bean ones because the jelly bean ones are free to get. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong with the jelly bean bundles, but I noticed there's barely any star bundles in here. Not trying to say that one is better than the other, of course, but you get what I'm saying. There was barely any. Like, there's barely any of them in the shop, and they say he brings old bundles back, but not once, and I repeat, not once has one single star bundle returned to this game. Right, so here is what someone says, and I believe their name might be Danny or something, Dan Barboss, Xavier A4 or 844. Will Inner Sloth return to Cosmic Indie? across one day. I don't know how to pronounce that one, sorry. Probably not, but maybe one day, but at least I have it. And somebody says, yeah, sorry for the bad news. My favorite one, if I scroll down here, because this one is my favorite one if I can find it for you guys. And okay, so it's right here, and this one is from Flax Level IDF, and they said, I have a question. Why do you make a cosmic cube but then it will disappear? You're just taking a lot of time to make, but not everyone has it. So never make all the cosmic cubes disappear. This person pointed out a very good comment, and there is probably my favorite one out of them all. Yes, his or hers, theirs is my favorite one out of them all. Another person asked for a Pacific bundle. This one asks, please bring back the Cosmic Cube. I think that was the only one that returned like a year ago. And somebody pointed out a really good statement to me. Is it just me, or does it seem like the jelly bean ones are the only ones that come back? And I'm like, that just sounds so true so far. I mean, I don't mean to complain about the jelly bean ones. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not horrible. But I've noticed that they're the only ones, like, that's like the only one that seems to return. So I couldn't find the other compliment. It might have gotten deleted or something, but somebody literally asked, hey, Innersloth, may you please bring back the Pusheen Cosmic Cube? Another person asked for the Guardian Cosmic Cube, which I do believe is for beans. So that one would probably be easier to obtain. Now, I know some of you might jump to defense though, saying, well, the Christmas and Halloween ones return. Honestly, it saddens me to say I feel like those are the only two star Cosmic Cubes that actually return to this game. So, after most of the argument for this video so far, so if Animal Jam can do it, if Finlandia can do it, then tell me, why can't Among Us do the same thing? Like, would it honestly be so wrong to add one of the old bundles back, like just once a month, or maybe even 2 months, like a total of 60 days to give us extra time? And I know some people say this. I only see one person say it so far, but I'm sure there's many more than just one. But somebody said, no, don't do that. It'll take away the rarities. Okay, this is what takes me off here. So many people seem to think that rarity matters in the game. I've seen people in Animal Jam do this quite often. They make fun of new players just because they don't have rares the same way they do. It's just so sick and tired of like seeing people bully new players just because they don't have rares. Like, oh, I'm better than you because I have this item and you don't. And it just gets annoying. I've seen it in other games, and I'm not sure if it happens here in Among Us 2 or not. But it happens quite often. It even happened in Finlandia once. Like, someone was bragging that they got dragon wings, and somebody else was getting upset. Someone was just saying they could care less. But if you're honestly that type of person that's gonna say, oh no, it's gonna take away the rarities, then honestly, you're just being selfish because you're not thinking about other people out there who want the item as well. But yeah, I just want to make this clear for this part of this video. Rares do not matter. It doesn't matter because when you think about it, rares are not important, not even to me. I don't purchase the item because it's rare on Animal Jam, for example. I purchase it because I truly want to have it. It's my dream item. I'm willing to bet some of you have dream Cosmic Cubes you wish would come back into the game. So hopefully I made a point in this video. And if you guys decide to send me any hate comments, I'm just gonna delete your comment and move on because I'm not gonna deal with any haters, but I think that's going to be it for this video. I probably missed out some things I was supposed to say, but I honestly can't think of anything else to say. But I just want to make it clear, I don't hate anybody. I'm not trying to sound rude. If I criticize the game in any way, I'm so sorry. I still love the game Among Us, and unlike most people, I do not get bored of this game at all. It's a very fun game to play with other players. I still enjoy it. I think it's because I love murder mystery kind of games. It's really fun to play. I know a lot of people claim they've gotten bored of it, but I'm not bored of it at all. It's a very fun game, but before I end this video, I am kind of curious to know what, what is your dream Cosmic Cube? It could be any Cosmic Cube, including the Jelly Bean ones. I don't care. I won't judge you. I won't neglect you or anything. I'm just curious to know that. If you don't mind me asking, please comment down below. What is your dream Cosmic Cube? I'm curious to know, like, which ones you wish will return to the game. And I actually might start making updated videos about Among Us, like I said before, so I guess stay tuned for that. If you wish to see more, feel free to like and subscribe, and Zaijian!